Marcus Chen wiped grease from his hands as the last repair bot powered down for the night. The cargo bay of his aging freighter, Second Chance, finally looked presentable after 3 days of non-stop maintenance. His 8-year-old daughter, Emma, was already asleep in her bunk, exhausted from helping him sort spare parts. The docking bay of Kepler Station buzzed with late-night activity, but something caught Marcus's attention. A small figure huddled behind a stack of shipping containers. In the dim light, he could make out delicate features and the distinctive blue-tinged skin of a Zephyrian child, maybe Emma's age. Marcus approached slowly. "Hey there, you okay?" The girl looked up with luminous golden eyes, fear written across her face. She wore expensive-looking robes, now torn and dirty. When she spoke, her voice trembled in accented standard. "Please, they are looking for me. I have nowhere to go." Marcus glanced around the mostly empty docking bay. Station security was notoriously corrupt, and child trafficking wasn't uncommon in the Outer Rim territories. His protective instincts, honed by single parenthood, kicked in immediately. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Kira," she whispered. "Well, Kira, how about you come aboard my ship for the night? I've got hot food and a safe place to sleep." The relief in her golden eyes was palpable. An hour later, Kira sat at their small galley table, devouring a bowl of Marcus's signature noodle soup, while Emma peppered her with questions about Zephyrian customs. The alien girl gradually relaxed, even laughing at Emma's terrible jokes. "Your father is very kind," Kira told Emma quietly. "Most humans in the outer systems, they are not like this." Marcus felt a familiar pang. After his wife Sarah's death, 3 years ago, he'd chosen the dangerous but profitable freight runs to provide for Emma. They'd seen too much of humanity's darker side in these lawless sectors. "Dad helps everyone," Emma said proudly. "Remember when he fixed that Torgan family's ship for free, and when he gave all our emergency rations to those miners?" Kira studied Marcus with an intensity that seemed beyond her years. "You are not like other humans I have observed." "There are plenty of good humans," Marcus replied, tucking a blanket around the girl as she settled onto the fold-out cot. "You just haven't met enough of them yet." Marcus was awakened before dawn by the thunderous hum of military-grade engines. Through his viewport, he watched a massive Zephyrian dreadnought settle into the station's primary docking bay. Smaller escort ships swarmed around it like angry wasps. His blood ran cold when armed Zephyrian soldiers began systematically searching every ship in the dock. "Kira," he called softly, shaking her awake. "We need to talk." The girl sat up, instantly alert. In the harsh morning light, Marcus noticed details he'd missed before, the intricate patterns embroidered in her robes, the subtle crown-like marking on her forehead, the unconscious regal bearing even in her fear. "You're not just any Zephyrian child, are you?" Kira's shoulders sagged in defeat. "I am Kira Velnara, daughter of Emperor Thaxon. I ran away from an arranged bonding ceremony. They found me yesterday, but I escaped again." Marcus ran a hand through his hair. Harboring the heir to the Zephyrian Empire was tantamount to declaring war. The rational thing would be to turn her over immediately. Instead, he found himself asking, "How old are you supposed to be when you're bonded?" 12 cycles, about 9 of your years." Emma, who had been listening from her bunk, gasped. "That's younger than me?" Marcus felt his protective rage building. Same fury he'd felt when bureaucrats tried to take Emma away after Sarah's death, claiming a single father couldn't provide adequate care. "Nobody should be forced into marriage that young," he said firmly. "Nobody." Heavy footsteps echoed outside. A translator's mechanical voice announced, "By order of Emperor Thaxon, all vessels will be searched for the missing imperial heir. Cooperation is mandatory." Marcus looked at both girls. his daughter and the alien princess who'd somehow become his responsibility in the span of one night. He made a decision that Sarah would have called both reckless and absolutely right. "Emma, get to your emergency station. Kira, can you pilot?" Yes, I was trained, but..." "Good enough." Marcus fired up the Second Chance's engines. "Hold on, girls. We're leaving." The old freighter lurched away from the docking clamps just as Zephyrian soldiers reached their berth. Marcus pushed the engines past safe limits, racing for the system's edge and the freedom of hyperspace. "Dad!" Emma called from the co-pilot seat. "They're following us!" 3 sleek interceptors closed rapidly. Marcus's ship was faster in hyperspace, but they had to survive long enough to make the jump. "Kira," he called back, "can you reach your father's ship on comms?" I suppose, but do it." Moments later, the imposing hologram of Emperor Thaxon materialized in the cockpit. The ruler of 1,000 worlds glared at Marcus with eyes like molten gold. "Human," the Emperor's voice rumbled with barely contained fury. "Return my daughter immediately." Marcus met the alien potentate's gaze without flinching. "With respect, Your Majesty, your daughter came to me for protection. She's 9 years old, just a child. Forcing her into marriage isn't protection. It's abuse." The Emperor's expression darkened. "You dare lecture me on—" "Dad's right," Emma interrupted, earning a sharp look from Marcus. But his daughter continued bravely. "Kira's our friend, and friends protect each other. That's what humans do." Kira stepped forward, her small voice carrying surprising authority. "Father, this human and his daughter have shown me more kindness in one night than the Imperial Court has in years. Perhaps there is wisdom in their ways." The hyperspace countdown reached 0. Marcus's hand hovered over the jump. Controls. Emperor Thaxon studied the unlikely trio for a long moment. "You would risk war with the Empire for a child not even of your species?" Marcus thought of Sarah, who'd died defending a refugee convoy. He thought of Emma, who'd inherited her mother's fierce compassion. He thought of all the small acts of human kindness he'd witnessed even in the darkest corners of space. "Your Majesty," he said quietly. "That's exactly what humans do." The Emperor's stern expression slowly transformed into something resembling respect. Perhaps my daughter's education would benefit from exposure to such unusual perspectives. I shall postpone the bonding ceremony." As Marcus piloted toward a new dawn, he felt Emma's hand slip into his, while Kira sat between them, no longer a runaway princess, but simply a child who'd found sanctuary among the stars.